What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. In today's video, I'm going to have a very important message for all resellers. Now something I think a lot of people missed is that what used to work before probably won't work now. I've been reselling since 2017 and a lot has changed. There's a lot more competition now. Thrift stores are charging a lot more. That being said, I know this is not popular, but I actually think it's still the easiest time to resell because there's so much information and there's so many more people shopping online. And now there's so many different platforms that you can become a master at. So as you guys know, I am just starting on Poshmark as an example. When I sell items, if there's 100 items listed, there are 80 to 90 of them that are incorrect. Wrong title, the pictures are kind of hard to see, the item specifics are incorrect, and they're priced so high that no one would ever be interested in buying those items. So out of 100 listings on Poshmark, really only 10 are worth looking at. So even though there are more people reselling, I would say the competition is actually about the same or worse than when I first started in 2017 because everybody wants money fast and quick and they're not putting the time into really becoming a master of their craft. And because I'm so niche now and just selling in one category of women's stuff, I'm starting to notice a lot of trends that people are kind of lazy or uneducated in the specific thing that they're selling. So they're missing out on a whole bunch of things that could help them make a lot more profit. As an example, Tech and Sports in our group just listed a hat and sold it for $120. He asked our group what they thought the hat was worth, and everybody said between $15 and $25. There were two other hats listed, one for $39 and one for $49. His sold for $119 because he put in two keywords about the hat that brought in the right customer to look for that specific hat. Now that is insane. And he has examples of that every single day of 2 or 3 different words that change an item that's worth $10 into an item that's worth $30 because you're actually reaching the demographic of people who are looking for that item. Now, it's gonna sound crazy that the reason that you're having slow sales is 2 or 3 mistakes, but 2 or 3 missing words, a couple of pictures that are blurry, a couple of item specifics that are wrong, pricing a little bit too high, your return policy not making sense to the customer. Those are all really little things, but all of those can cause you to not sell your item at all, or you struggle to sell your item for $20 to $30 when somebody's selling the exact same item for over 100. So right now, 35 million businesses in the United States are small, and small in the IRS's eyes is 15 employees or less. That's like a small business in America. Those businesses, 20% of them fail every single year. And the main reason for me, and I've been doing some research on this, is the concept of not improving. Because if you're doing the same exact thing every single day, you're most likely going to make less and less and less until you're out of business. So you really have to be dedicated to improving. And I don't want people to get overwhelmed with this because I was showing in the group this morning, I follow my friend Matt. His store is called One Luxotic Threads. When I went out with him, I was kind of disappointed and discouraged, to be honest, because he knows so much about clothing. I had no idea. So we went to 14 different stores. He only picked up 8 items in 14 stores, and he looked through every single men's item. So people who are like saying, I can look from 10 feet away and figure out which the most valuable ones are. I don't think so. He looked through every single item, every single tag to look for cashmere, wool, to look for certain patterns, to look for certain makers. And he's like, there are some shirts that are from a really well-known brand that are plain. There's no way you would notice from 10 feet away that this is a high-end brand that just made a plain item. It doesn't make sense to only look for a zebra print coat that sticks out because you might miss the plain Armani suit, that this is a plain one that's worth $300. You wouldn't know. So those 8 items that my friend Matt found were worth over $1,000. It took us all day to go to 14 stores and he only bought 8 items. This is the dedication that he has to becoming an expert in his field. If you look at his pictures, they're world class. But the reason why he was able to become an expert is because if you look at his store, every single item has the exact same title structure, exact same photo structure, exact same pricing structure. He doesn't have to relearn all of that. He's doing it the same way every single time and spending all of his effort learning what brands sell. He can tell you a modern tag from a vintage tag. He can tell you what collection it's from. Sometimes he can tell you who made it. He truly is an expert in what he sells, and that's why he sells items for 10 and oftentimes has an average sale price of over $100. So the 8 items that he purchased were close to like $1,100 profit. It took all day to look, but contrast that to your average reseller going to one Goodwill and one Salvation Army and one Savers, the 3 closest to their house, coming home with 100 items, only listing 10 of those, 90 going straight into their death pile, maybe never to be listed again. Those 10 items listed poorly, not good items, dim photos, incorrect keywords in the title, wrong item specifics, priced way too high. We're talking about somebody that spent $500 or $600 at Goodwill Savers and goes home and makes maybe $50. My friend Matt spent $80 to sell for $2,000. He's going to make $1,200 profit. The person that's doing the most research is spending less money. So it's like less risky. And if you're buying a $200 item for 10, that's a lot less risky than spending $5 or $1 on an item that sells for 12 that never sells at all. So it sounds crazy, but the reason why most small businesses are failing and why most resellers have been doing this for 20 years and don't improve is because their knowledge has been the same. They don't spend any time researching. They spend all day complaining about not being able to list, in Facebook book groups complaining. And this has actually come up in a few of our videos. People have said, I stopped watching Daily Refinement because he blames sellers. And I will continue to blame sellers until the day I die because it's a lot easier for me to blame myself. I can change what I do every single day instead of blaming eBay. How are you going to change eBay? eBay has 12,000 employees. For them to make a change, it takes several months. For them to change to this magical unicorn that gives you customers even though your listings are wrong is not possible. Now, the point of my show is not to discourage you or to make you feel dumb. I must have some crazy superpower because I'm okay being an idiot. Like, I understand I don't know everything, that I'm dumb compared to how much knowledge is out there, but I don't get discouraged. I'm out there every single day learning, trying to get better. The point of this channel is actually to reduce your struggle, to make it easier, to make your life easier so that you have more time to do things that you care about. Some people, what they want to do is resell more. Some people want to spend time with their family. For me personally, I was thinking about that. I want to make as much money as I can during my 40-hour work week, and the rest of the time I want to spend with my family and do my best to actually turn it off. I love to go home, put my phone away, pick it up the next time when I start work the next day. I don't really want to be checking my phone nonstop. That's why I'm not a proponent of cross-posting. One of the reasons is that when I see people cross-posting, they're on their phone all the time, and I don't think that's good for your mental wellness. I think it's better to go to work, finish work, and go home. We're like in the first generation that might make less money than our parents, which is kind of insane because we all have a supercomputer in our pockets that can tell us what to buy. So I encourage you guys, when you go out, do not just buy 50 random items that you could make a profit, because a lot of people are posting like, I have no idea how long my things are going to take to sell. I have no idea how to list it. I have no idea how to store it. How long do you need to do that before it gets old? Versus, I know what I'm going to buy this for. I know how long it's going to take. I know exactly how to store it. I know exactly how to list it. And I know how many stores I need to go to find it. So my friend Matt has told me that on average, in a full day sourcing, he only finds 10 items. That's it, right? He's aiming for a minimum $20 profit per item. 10 items all day. Takes him all day. He drove all the way up from Fresno to visit me, bought me lunch, slept on my couch. We went out and I watched an expert source. It was amazing. So for me, it's nothing short of amazing to watch somebody who knows what they're doing in anything, right? So I encourage you guys to be that type of person. And being a successful reseller is more about becoming the person that is actually diligent about creating systems, putting everything back the same way every single day. And you guys have watched me evolve over the years. I'm much more calm. My blood pressure is really low now. I have a 50 pulse, which I think it seems unusually low, but like, I'm way more at peace now that I do the same thing and sell in one category. It's a lot easier. I've currently set my thermometer for my internal business to be at 1,000 sales per week, which is 200 items per day, Monday through Friday. I want to take the weekends off and not have to use my phone at all. So for me to really get there, I've sort of figured out that I need to be at least 2 weeks ahead. So the 1,000 items that I'm going to sell next week and the 1,000 items I'm going to sell the week after that, I want to know what's going to happen this week. If I can stay 2 weeks ahead, I'm always going to not be in a hurry. And I find that everyone right now is in such a hurry to make their business work when knowledge takes time. It's not going to be something that you learn right away. There's not one thing that I can tell you that will turn your sales from slow into fast. It's hundreds or thousands of little things that you're going to do over time that are going to transition your business right now, which is a hot pile of garbage, into a little bit of a prettier pile of garbage. But just accept that you're a pile of garbage and it'll make your life a lot easier instead of trying to pretend that you're something that you're not. For me, I am polishing my stone over time. It's going to take some time to get to where I want to go. I'm okay with that. You should be okay with that. I appreciate you guys joining me on my journey. If you want to join 2,000 other people who are doing this in my Patreon group, we're at patreon.com/the Resellers Podcast. Every single day, we are encouraging people to essentially do two things: get rid or slowly sell the items that are lower value and replace them with higher value items and make your process a little bit faster. So if every day you start selling better items and you can do it faster, that's all you can ask. So appreciate you guys. Until next time, make progress daily.